All right, after the very long wait, teasing another teaser and the background photos, let's just get to it. How good or bad was this? Well, I know probably the consensus will be this is really good. This is really good. And I usually don't go with the consensus, but I have to be admit, I was like, wow. Because I was ready to be disappointed. Yeah, most of what we saw, they're building up with Galactus and the music and everything. I was like, okay. Because again, the MCU has been very erratic, but my basic verdict is very, very good. As a teaser, if the teaser is meant to make you interested for the full trailer and for the movie, yes, this is an excellent teaser. That said, I can't lie, I'm actually disappointed with most of the cast. I know people are going to really be very angry at the Mando. Like, I like the Mando, I like the actor, so I don't hate him, but I can't lie, it was like, not bad. Like there was nothing really bad in the trailer. It was a little disappointing because I thought they were going to bring a little bit more to the characters, but it just felt very adequate. That said, Vanessa was really good. The Thing was really good, but the Human Torch and Mr. Fantastic were like they were okay. They were okay. But even with the Thing, the acting was okay. Really, Vanessa is the only one that really looked like the character and really felt like the character. But again, we didn't see too much. We only saw Reed for a few scenes. We saw the Human Torch a little bit. The Thing probably got the most coverage. So the Thing really was the star of this. What are the downsides? Well, or what is disappointing? Well, the basic look. I don't like the costumes, but okay, those are the costumes. So like, they're okay. I think what I was shocked by, and like the Thing looks great. The actual costume, the makeup, that stuff looks great. However, you have to be honest. In terms of the powers, not much improvement from the other Fantastic Fours, like especially the Human Torch. We kind of knew this from Deadpool, Wolverine. I'm not going to spoil anything, but yeah, it doesn't seem with the Human Torch. It doesn't seem like they're innovating. They're just like, yeah, it's the same old thing. So there you go. Same thing with the Thing. Really, he moves and looks basically like before, but it's much better done. It's way better done, but it's the basic gist. So yeah, nothing really innovative with the character designs. If we don't see Reed with the stretch power, so we don't know. So we have to wait for him in the full blown costume and the whole thing. So yeah, so some signs it may not be good. And some people were complaining that Galactus shows up at the end and he doesn't look right, like he looks a little too small. I'm not gonna overwhelm people with my comic book knowledge. That's not really how Galactus looks. That's just how he presents himself. He's not really a man. Now, I will be disappointed if Galactus is not done better because really just put someone in a costume. I mean, it's fitting him with the models. It's like a Godzilla problem. We know it's a guy in a suit. So, yeah. And also, I don't think he's going to be the main villain. So, a few low notes, but overall, very, very strong. And I did like that with Vanessa, they're trying to innovate her powers. So, this version of the invisible, whatever we're going to call her, is more interesting and more powerful. So that's interesting. And I do like that it has a very definite style because way too many MCU films, like way too many MCU films, don't really have a style. They don't really have a point of view. They're just like the same old thing. Like take the Ant-Man films. Even the third one, it's just very generic. It's like, oh, I'm your daddy, you're my daughter, I gotta save you. And stuff blows up. And he gets bigger, he gets smaller. Again, some stuff was really well done, like especially Ant-Man 2. But at the end of the day, they're just very samey. It's just very similar plots, very similar all around, very similar look. It just becomes the plain old thing over and over again. This one definitely has a real style, a very 1960s aesthetic. And people are saying it's stuck in the 1960s, but I don't know. I mean, are they going to be in the 1990s with the 1960s look? That would be kind of weird. They're just stuck in the 1960s, just the whole society. I don't know. That's kind of weird. I'm guessing it is mainly in the 1960s, probably the late 60s, and then they'll do a time jump to get to the 1990s and then the MCU, right? They're probably going to do it that way. Also, I don't think Galactus is the main guy. I don't think he's the main villain. I think he's just going to present a challenge at the end, and they're probably going to solve it with the main villain technology. That's my guess. But yeah, no Silver Surfer. We only get a little bit of Galactus. So as a teaser, yes, it's whetting your appetite. But am I nervous? Yeah, probably the Human Torch and Mr. Fantastic will be like okay, which is okay is okay. It's better than being really bad. So nothing really bad, nothing terrible, but only really the Thing and the Invisible Girl. I mean, that's another thing. Is she going to be playing a younger version and then they're going to do a time jump. Like there's a lot we still don't know, and the look is still a little bit off. Like Reed's hair should be a little bit more distinct with the gray. So again, because they're changing so many things, so are they keeping the real basic canonical origin, or are they going to keep changing that? So a lot of question marks. But again, for a teaser, it was very well done. Only a few disappointing things, so I will give it a very, I think, generous 8 out of 10. However, if you're a really hardcore Fantastic Four fan, a really hardcore comic book, they have a lot of Easter eggs, so I would give it a 9 out of 10 there. However, a lot of people may not pick those up, but they were there, so that was really charming. So, yeah, so far so good. In terms of the obvious final question, yes, this looks a lot better than Superman. It looks way better than Superman, so yeah. I don't know what the Superman people are going to do. Hopefully they'll sharpen up their toolkit, because I think the Fantastic Four will probably stun people by outdoing Superman by just a little bit. Not too much, but I think it'll probably reach 1 billion way faster than Superman, and people are like, wow. Well, you get what you pay for, and there you go.